All right, how's it going? How's it going, Facebook Live? This is Jose Trujillo and wife.
Hi everyone.
Lisette Trujillo. So I've been thinking about something today. I've been thinking about galleries, honey. I've been thinking about galleries, art galleries, and I have a bit of an insight about art galleries. I've been trying to get into it ever since I met you, honey. Right? Ever since we met.
Yeah.
You've known that I've been trying to work with galleries, right?
Mm-hmm.
Trying to get art shows and all kinds of cool stuff that galleries have tend to promise and
all their requirements. I remember we would spend hours creating artist packets to mail to galleries.
Oh, remember that?
We mailed hundreds of them.
So they used to require this a long time ago. Not that long ago, but I don't know if some crazy
It's like
galleries
2004.
still do that. They used to require an artist package. Artists, if you're sending packages just like that, without following up, or even following up, if artists are like, yeah, sure, send me a package, prepare something for me. Unless that's what you're doing all your time, that's really what all your effort is besides painting. Guys, don't do that. Because it's a way for them to brush you off. That's how galleries brush people off. They say, send me your stuff, we'll review it, but it's really because they don't know how to control so many artists wanting to get in there, and they won't tell you straight up, your stuff is not for me, or I don't want to hear you right now because I'm worried about how I'm going to pay the electricity bill next month, and you're not bringing any value right now. You actually want me to help you, but you're not helping me. So they came up with this idea of send me your artist package, and we'll review it. So you go and you spend all this time and effort and money, because some people make their artist packages really professional.
There's actually companies that you can pay money to that will print and create all of your necessary materials, and even that sometimes is a money drain if you're not going to find a way into the gallery. And
to take it a little further too, honey. Like, what is it with art galleries that are like, I want to promote you, I want to carry your work. I hear this a lot from galleries. I always think it's interesting. I want to take your work, I like what you're doing, but I want to be the only one to carry your work in the States, or even worse, in your state, or province, wherever you're from. But that means that you can't do anything anywhere else, So unless you're talking to a gallery that has multiple locations, one of those galleries that are very successful, that have tons and tons of not just foot traffic but sales, it comes down to sales, or have, I don't know, a gallery in every state or in every major city, and they say, you know what, stop what you're doing, stop playing around, here, I'll take care of the sales, and you start getting some real friction, then that's something that maybe you want to think about. But if you're a self-represented artist, as myself and as many other people that are trying to get their work out, what does that mean, honey? What do you think that means to be able to just have only a singular or one place, one brick and mortar place to carry your work alongside with, I don't know, 100 or 200 other artists? Or
I think it's important for artists to look at their work not just as a piece of artwork, but as a product. And I think that I think a lot of times people forget to think that they need multiple sale opportunities. So if you're limited to one place that may have limited resources for how they too market and reach their clients, then you're really limiting yourself to how many eyes can see your work. Because you want people to be able to see it, to find it, to be able to buy it, and you don't want to be limited in any sort of way.
Absolutely.
When you're creating work. I used to run into this when you and I had our shop, and people who the designers that I worked with
We had a clothing shop, guys.
refused to sell to just one store. They wouldn't limit themselves to just one store. They would say, no, I'm carried in multiple stores, and I could be carried in the store down the street from you.
Right.
Because they understood the importance of selling
Absolutely.
their clothing multiple times, not just one time
Absolutely.
to one person.
Imagine that. You sell clothing. You're a clothing designer, or you sell shirts. I don't know, whatever it is, right? Right now, everyone's a clothing designer in different ways and in their own right. Let's say you're selling shirts, and you can only sell it in one brick and mortar in the whole state, right? And you can't go anywhere else because they have sold even buying you by a contract. You know, you can only sell here. You can't sell anywhere else. What is that? Well, that's good for them, right? Because they're the only ones that carry your stuff alongside with multiple other designers. So they're covered because they have product. But what about you? Do you have outcome? Do you have outflow? Do you have avenues and platforms where you can sell your stuff? So this is something to be wary about and to think about it, guys. When you're getting your stuff out there, make sure. The woman that is talking is my wife, Lizette. Hi, Didi.
Sorry.
She's back here. Deborah. Thank you for the question. It's my wife, Lizette.
I'm at a different table, Deborah, packaging.
She's at a different station over here, packaging some work, some artwork. I'm opening some canvases, some canvas boards, getting them ready because I'm going to do some plein air painting too. And we used to own a clothing store, so that's why my wife has insight on some of this stuff. A lot of this stuff, actually. If it wasn't for her understanding of retail, I don't think I would really benefit much into just the art aspect of it, because the artistic aspect, the whole gallery system, and the idea of being an artist, many times is limited in comparison to the whole picture, which is the bottom line is that it's retail. The whole picture is that it's retail, and it's very hard to understand that unless you have someone else who that understands that as well. So my wife is here to kind of guide me through that also. And the reason I'm saying this is because there's many galleries out there that may be interested in your work or maybe like your work, but they want you to become a gallery artist. You know, whatever the hell that means. It means that it means so many things to so many people, but my experience has been that you get locked down to a gallery and you get represented. Like if it was the 1800s, like we're in the online age. You no longer have to wait to be picked. Let's say you play guitar. Let's say you're a guitarist. You don't have to wait for the next community show to show up for you to go and do a little, play your songs. No, you can do YouTube channels now. You can do a YouTube channel with all your great songs and share them on Facebook and talk to people about it and create groups of people interested in what you do. You no longer have to wait. So this whole idea of being a gallery artist, we're playing by rules. People are still trying to play by rules and submit artists to these rules from 100 years ago. That I'm not saying that they don't work, but they're not the only thing anymore. It's open. It's an open. It's as if the internet is a port that has been placed in every single one of our homes, and many people don't understand that.
You know what's really funny is that I closed myself off to the idea of galleries when you and I started really working on getting your artwork out there. But I think you said something really key. You need both. You need to find galleries that are willing to work with you and not limit your ability to get your name out there. Because the reality is that we give value to the things that we create. And I think that it's also important for us not to rely on a singular place that's going to sell your work. And you said that because I was very closed off to it. And I think it was really good that you said, no, we need it all. We need to have We need to work with galleries. We need to sell online. We need to
and galleries
put
need to
our
work
work
with you.
out as many places as we can. And I completely agree 1,000%. Because then you're creating opportunity for yourself.
Absolutely.
And
be fair to galleries too. If galleries want to carry your work, maybe they see that you're working on a platform like Etsy or like myself on eBay or platforms that are not high end according to some galleries, even though some of the best auctioneers are there.
Sotheby's, Christie's, where are they now?
They're on eBay. They've been wanting to go into eBay for years, and they're on eBay. So, anyways, that's just a misconception that people have. These people, the big guys, go where the people are. Where are the people? Where are the people flowing to? They're on eBay. They're on Amazon. They're on Etsy. There are all these major platforms. Not just on the high end, not just on Artsy, not just on the high end gallery sites, but they are where the people are, because that's what matters, right? Where are the people? Let's go there. Let's talk to them and share our work with them and our passion and what we got. So it's also crucial to be fair with galleries and have them be fair with you. For example, if you're working with a gallery and they're saying, you know what, you're everywhere. Your stuff is everywhere, and you're not a gallery artist. Well, we can work together. Maybe only certain works can go for you.
Let me create a collection just for your gallery.
Right, or this bigger sizes are just for the gallery, and this bigger sizes are not going to be offered in other platforms. Or prints won't go to you. I'll sell prints on Etsy, but I'll give you my more, bigger, special, intricate work. The gallery will carry that. I do that when I do an art opening. I carry the bigger works for the art openings because I understand that a lot of people know my smaller works. They bought my smaller works on Etsy or eBay or on my website, and I create special works for gallery exhibits because I know that if you want to go to a gallery, you want to see the big stuff.
And also when you are working with other people, take the time to create responses for them.
Thank you, Deborah.
Responses for them. If they say, oh, your work is everywhere, and you say, well, let me create a special collection just for your gallery. And they say, well, how would we market that? Right. Easily. You get this very special, limited collection for your piece. I will use my platform to send people your way. You will use your platform to send people your way. And we're going to talk about how exclusive it is. They aren't going to see this style, this thing, this type of painting in any of my other platforms, and always have responses that say yes to the opportunity as opposed to no to the opportunity.
If someone is suppressing opportunity, it's something that you want to think about. If someone's saying no, you can't be there, you can only be here. No, you can't sell those sizes. You have to raise an eyebrow and you have to think about, like, what does this mean? You have to really think about, what does this mean? Because when you're starting out, if you're not a multi-million-dollar famous artist, if you're starting out, you're making ends meet, and whatever you're selling, you're using it to recreate more work and to be able to buy more supplies and all this stuff, then you have to be open to opportunity. And when you communicate to galleries and to art dealers or whatever, they need to understand that. And many of the professionals do. Some don't because they're not professional. But many of the professionals do. They understand, look, you're trying to put food on the table and you're trying to create work to be able to do this again tomorrow, because I can't wait for you to sell one art piece every 4 months if you're a good gallery, and that's all I can wait for. This is not the 1800s. I'm not Van Gogh. And as I said before, the internet is a port. It's like a train or a boat. Port, riding your house and your computer.
Oh, a seaport.
A seaport, yeah. It's a port. It's a seaport right in your computer. You're open to the world right there. And many of us don't understand that still yet. We don't understand because we get so bombarded by so much information.
Trust me, we didn't get it in the beginning either. I mean, we opened the brick and mortar first.
Yeah.
Before we ever went online.
And now we're like, we should have gone online and then maybe
open the brick and mortar.
And then maybe open the brick and mortar, depending on how online works.
Either way, it's exciting. And the important thing as an artist is to always look for opportunities in your work and then to look for opportunities to have your work be seen.
Absolutely. We'll leave you with that, guys. I hope you guys enjoy this. Thank you so much for watching. Adios.